Good morning and welcome to Random Acts of Poetry. So this piece is from Away with Angus. It's quite interesting looking back at old poems. I've been thinking about this poem a lot. It's one of those poems that when I wrote it, it kind of stuck with me. And I always think back to it. But this is the first time I've actually pulled out this piece of work to read it. And I'm looking at some of the ideas behind it. Now, I've never been a great artist. Not I'm not any good at drawing. I did try a little bit of painting, and that was inspired by one of my many jobs. And I've done lots and lots of different roles, from this particular one, which was an artist's life model in a local art college, through to being a head teacher of a special needs school. And in between that, there's been all sorts of different roles. And it's funny how we associate with different roles. We grasp onto ideas of who we are. We identify as something. Over the weekend, I've been camping in some beautiful woods with some friends, and one of the ladies there, she stated, "I am just a mum." And of all the roles that we could take, being just a mum or just a parent is probably the least just a role that there is. It's the most important job in the world. And we need to be very careful of this, how we identify ourselves, giving ourselves self-worth. So this poem, it was a little bit inspired by, I should imagine, my role as a life model, sat naked, surrounded by a class full of young students drawing me. And at the time also, I remember I was very into calligraphy. And I just bought some new Schaefer pens, and brown ink came with it. And I was writing this poem out in calligraphy, and it was brown ink. And I think that kind of also inspired it, that the beauty of the brown ink on the paper. And sort of thinking back to other stuff, stuff like oak gall ink, our very early inks, they have a brown tinge to it. There is no such colour as black. Anyway, here we go. Identity. Brown is the colour within, enriching, blended, combining all aspects of a tone's polarity. Earth is our root, water the sustainer, air a medium, finally fire, passion released. The spark becomes a seed, rushing toward distant clashing titans, carving new appearances. Disillusion lays footsteps for a child to follow. Seeking approval, exhibiting carnal knowledge, laid bare, no secrets remain. Yellow germinates the flowering wound. Blue washes away the dead remains. Red purifies defiled reminders of acceptance. A mixed, jumbled affair of solidity is brown.